Well, good morning to everybody. Dean Annan, platform guests, parents, friends, and especially the Smith School graduates. It's such an honor to be here to address you today. I want to share some of the experiences that I've had in the last half century. It is a half century when I looked at this. In preparing my talk, endeavoring to make it meaningful, I thought of advice a friend gave me as I was prepared to address 200 of our salespeople. Barry, he said, be brief but meaningful. Remember, the mind can only absorb what the butt can endure. Knowing your thoughts are now concentrated on receiving your degree and the celebrations that follow this step in life's journey, I promise to be brief. You will determine if it's meaningful. As a regent, the University System of Maryland, I've attended numerous graduations in the past 5 years, hearing many commencement speakers and messages. Some long, some boring, some short and to the point. I remember two. One because it was so long, 35 minutes. The other, delivered 4 years ago by the Chancellor of the California system, who said to the graduates, I will give you 5 things to remember that will help you after graduation. Even at my age, I still remember 4 of them. So that's how impressive that speaker was to me. 4 of them were, read a book, check the bag before leaving the drive-in window, don't pay off your Visa with your MasterCard, and when going for a job interview, cover up your body art and piercings. I think they're all useful. Now, there are 5 things that I'd like to share with you that maybe are a little more serious than those that have helped me in life and business since I left college. But I must say, life has been so much fun, including tragedies and successes, that I could spend considerable time sharing these experiences. But time is an important resource we don't want to waste. So number 1, fall in love. Now, don't immediately think that I'm Dr. Phil on some advice for a personal love life. However, I do think it's important that you find someone to share your life with. If that hasn't happened by now, it will in due time. I'm really encouraging you to find something that excites your business and intellectual passion, something that stirs your inner thoughts, something that makes you giddy, so much so that it affects everybody around you. You've got to have the passion. This may take time, but don't be in a hurry, because today's ambition may not be your vocation tomorrow. My professional career started in public accounting. I was very happy then, and looking back, I would never go back to public accounting, but I would never trade those 7 years of experience for anything in the world. But it led me from auditing and analyzing numbers for clients, asking questions about their business and to how their business operated before advising them on how to improve financial results. I became more intrigued with the operations and making money than reporting and opining on it. Yes, I ended up working for a client and quite by accident became part of one of the small businesses operations of the mainstream company. As Dean Annan referred to, Williams Construction was a highway and road builder and a real estate development firm. But my first exposure to this small business, I really became fascinated with the business of leasing mobile offices and building modular buildings. I soon realized that the business had many facets, and we could make something great out of it because we could view the business as providing a temporary work environment for anybody who needed office space. Different than just a box on wheels that many of our competitors said. We provided value to our customers, value that permitted them to be successful in their business. They liked that, they were happy, and they paid a premium price to us for doing it. The most important thing about building the business, over 30 years, from 11 people when I started to 1,100 when I retired the first time, team members was finding people who believed in the mission, serve our customers, and we did. In fact, we adopted a motto, quality is our reputation. We did this with no employment contracts. Once people joined us and after a brief, maybe 1-year evaluation period, very few ever left. In fact, some that I hired in the 70s are still at the company working today. We all worked together. We all had fun. Number 2, build relationships, don't do deals. The success of our business, and I believe any enterprise, is the ability of each team member to contribute to his or her skills as part of a team toward the company's mission. Success is achieved if each member of the team understands the product or service of the enterprise, both from the provider and the user point of view. As a provider, know in detail what your product does and ask questions of your customers to learn how your product becomes valuable to their business. Even in today's world of point, click, buy, the transaction will require human intervention at some time before customer satisfaction is truly achieved. In all instances, honesty and integrity are the primary ingredients to establishing, building, and continuing a relationship. Early in our business, we made a careful and calculated move to provide large modular buildings to our customers. We were one of 2 finalists to provide a large modular building when the customer came to us and asked if we could deliver this turnkey project in 4 months instead of 6, as the specifications required. After much soul searching, we informed the customer we could not meet that schedule. You need to know what you can't do. Our competitor did deliver, but with a substitute product. A disappointment for us, nevertheless, we followed what Winston Churchill had promulgated a number of times: never, never, never give up. The customer needed a second building and called us to provide it without bid or without invitation to others. We were awarded the job, we were told, because of our honesty, our integrity, and our quality for reputation. This turned into a $7 million project. That was a great project for a small company whose revenues at that time were only $25 million. Number 3, manage your debt. Personal and business debt is an important element in your growth. My early training in public accounting emphasized the need to be independent and objective when evaluating the financial position of an enterprise. I was in the position to learn the requirements of both the borrower and the lender on how decisions were made regarding financing. The most important lesson for both was to remain objective about the value and the amount of the debt. Too much debt will sink you. Too little debt may keep you from growing a great business. Understanding the operations and the culture of the business is the key to a financial relationship. It's more about the people than the paperwork. Leverage in the correct proportion can propel the enterprise to success. Don't borrow more than you need, but always make the payments on time. Ours was a capital-intensive business, and as such, our lenders were treated as owners when it came to sharing information, good information and bad information. Everybody with skin in the game needs to be kept informed about the operations, not just the numbers. I say this because many tend to look at the monthly, quarterly, or annual financial statements, the scorecard, as the primary source of information about an enterprise. While the scorecard is important, I believe it's important for you to understand the game, the business operations and how it's played. The players, the managers, the team members. Do we have the right members on the team? Opposing teams, the competitors, their advantages and their weaknesses, and owners, investors, and lenders' expectations. Remember, playing the game correctly and fairly puts you in the winner's circle. The scorecard just tells the world how well you played the game. Number 4, use technology. Don't let it use you. My first marketing and sales efforts were using the Fortune 500 list and cross-referencing it with a Dun & Bradstreet $1 million book, which was about that thick. The names of officers and locations were in those books, so that permitted us to find the names to get to the decision makers. So you're probably asking, what was that? Now you can just Google the name and information, and your laptop or cell phone is populated with all that information. Information has become so rapidly available, a whole world of knowledge is at your fingertips on the device that you can hold in your hand. How amazing is that? More amazing to me probably than to you, because I grew up in the carbon paper age. Communication is much easier and almost every part of the globe is accessible to you in words and pictures. The world really is flat. That means your competition is not just in the next town as it was when I was growing up. It's halfway around the world. But you know that. You have been taught technology and really how to use it. You have forgotten more than I will know about technology. 6 years ago, my niece, who was then a student at LSU, introduced me to Facebook, showing me that with a simple click of the mouse, she could learn that her roommate was going to the mall. My question was, that's important, why? I still don't have a Facebook account. I am of the snail mail age, you know, where you have to actually write a letter, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, take it to the post office, and hope it gets delivered next week. But it's truly a confidential message between two parties. Remember, you are part of the information age, good and not so good. What you send or receive on your personal or business electronics accounts is fair game to all. Before touching the send key, read the message and make sure it's what you want to say and what you want others to read. Remember, nothing ever really gets deleted. You can Google Oliver North. Don't be a victim of your own ability to tell or show the world anything you want to. Number 5, give back. In time, you will learn that the cost of your education really exceeded your tuition bill. I know it's hard for you to believe, but even your tuition was supplemented by state support, grants, and philanthropic support. Some of you receive scholarships or other grants and aid to help you get this wonderful education. Thank your parents or guardians. I suspect they have done many things, big and small, known and unknown, for you to get you to today's event. Thank them today and keep thanking them. You only get one set of parents. Staying part of the university will enhance your success. And believe me, the more successful your university is, a greater value is ascribed to your degree. Now that I have retired from business, I receive great satisfaction from helping and teaching others, investing in philanthropic activities with my time, my experience, and financial support. It's more rewarding than you can imagine. It truly rewards the heart. One quote that I will share you on this subject comes from Wade Phillips of the oil company fame, who gave a 135-acre Philmont Ranch to the Boy Scouts of America in 1941. I've had the privilege of visiting that ranch a number of times. I keep telling them I go every 50 years, 54, then 2004, so my next is a ways off. He said, "The only things we keep permanently are those we give away." I know that to be true. So in conclusion, let me just say, fall in love, do this with your vocation and you'll never work a day in your life. Build relationships, don't do deals. Relationships with your classmates and others will last a lifetime, but keep building. Manage your debt, return what you borrow with interest. Use technology, don't be a victim. Think before posting or sending. Give back. Start now to give up your time, your talent, your resources. It's good for your heart. Above all, as my father would tell me, we're a short time here and a long time gone. So enjoy the ride and have fun every day. Once a Terp, always a Terp. And a quote from the Louis Goldstein, congratulations and God bless you all real good. Thank you.